Yura, which is hello in my language. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge and pay respects to the elders, both past, present and emerging, of the Boonwurrung tribe of the Kulin Nation on the land which I am on today. I'd also like to acknowledge our children because they are our future. My name is Katrina Amon and I'm a very, very proud Quandamooka woman. In my language, Quandamooka means sea spirit. I'm from the Noonuccal tribe and our totem is the carpet snake, or we know him as Kabul. Remember, you cannot harm your totem. I work at Parkdale Secondary College and I'm very lucky to be the Koori leader there. I'm going to read you a story today written by my auntie, Oodgeroo Noonuccal. She used to be known as Kath Walker. She is the first Aboriginal woman to be published and she was an inspiring woman, and I remember meeting her when I was a lot younger and she was fantastic. She was inspirational. So today I'm going to read the book to you, Father Sky, Mother Earth. I hope you enjoy it. Father Sky, Mother Earth by Kath Walker, also known as Oodgeroo Noonuccal. Oodgeroo stood for paperbark because she was a writer, and Noonuccal is our tribe. Once upon a world, Father Sky and Mother Earth had 4 children, Sun, Moon, Sea and Rock. They never again lived together after they had their children. She also did the illustrations. Sun and Moon created servants for themselves. They named them Clouds, Wind, Rain, Stars and Storm. Sun and Moon and their servants lived with Father Sky. Rock created servants too. He named them Trees, Birds, Animals, Reptiles and Insects. Rock and his servants lived with Mother Earth. Sea servants were oceans, tides, currents and gales. Sea and his servants lived between Father Sky and Mother Earth. Father Sky watched over Mother Earth. When she grew thirsty, he asked Moon and Sun to send her water. They sent rain to help. Rain created rivers, creeks, lakes and filled them with water. Sun sent his warmth to Mother Earth. Rock, trees, birds, animals, reptiles and insects all loved the sun. In the early morning and early evening, Sun would light up Father Sky with his many colours. Sun called his early morning colours sunrise and he called his early evening colours sunset. Moon and stars lit up Father Sky at night after Sun had gone to sleep. Sea servant Gale looked after Father Sky and Mother Earth by keeping everything clean. Gale knew he needed help, so he created Cyclone and Tornado to help him. Sea's other servants, oceans, tides and currents, would be blown and tossed about and would go wherever Cyclone and Tornado blew them. Gale, Cyclone and Tornado sometimes blew so hard that they knocked over Rock, his servants Tree and other things that got in their way. Rock's other servants, birds, animals, reptiles and insects, would hide until Gale, Cyclone and Tornado had finished their cleaning. Birds lived in tree branches and some animals would climb up the tree's trunk and rest there. Insects lived under trees' bark or on trees' trunk and branches. Gumtree let koala live in his branches and koala fed on the gumtree leaves. Other animals and insects lived in burrows under rock or sit on him and warm themselves. See the koala up in the tree? That looks like Kabul down there. And platypus live with frog and tortoise in rivers and creeks and lakes. Rocks created mountains and hills to protect his servants from the cold winds of gale, cyclone and tornado. And tree created plants and grass and flowers. And animals and reptiles and insects created more animals, reptiles and insects. And so on and so on and so on. And they were all very happy creating and balancing and loving and living and helping one another. One day, when tree, plants, grass and flowers were busy looking green and bright, Bee, whom the insects had created, came along. B explained that if he took pollen from one flower to another flower, this would help trees, plants and grass, and flowers to create more trees, plants, grass and flowers. Besides, B told him, he could create honey in his home in the hollowed out tree, and this would help feed the birds, the animals, the reptiles and the insects. Trees, plants, grass and flowers welcomed B and told him to come as often as he liked, and in this way they all helped each other. I'm sure you've all seen bees on the flowers taking the pollen. C created more servants and they lived with the sea. They were called fish, shellfish, starfish, seaweed and crab. An octopus lived with C. Octopus dug a big hole in C's bed and scattered rocks and shells all around it. Octopus lived in this shell. And mangrove trees lived in the mud swamps close to Mother Earth in sea salt water. He sheltered and fed fish, shellfish and crab. Seabirds nested in mangroves branches, and mangroves grew like little spikes in the mud to help him live and breathe. I remember going crabbing with my grandmother in the mangroves when I was young, and then we'd go home and we'd eat the crabs that we had collected. And whales played in the ocean's vast waters. I'm from North Stradbroke Island, and you can see the whales going up and back, and we have a very big affinity to the whales. Yillumbimba, we call them. And so it was a happy time of creation, and those who came after sun, moon, sea, rock kept creating. And Father Sky and Mother Earth were very, very proud and happy for them all. And so this was the beginning. Father Sky and Mother Earth, their children, moon, sun, rock and sea, and their children servants lived in peace and happiness. And there was beauty everywhere until one time a strange animal came among them. This animal was not like any other animal they had seen, and this animal was called human. There they are. Everything's very beautiful. And human animal cut down many, many trees to build houses. Koala, birds, reptiles and other animals became afraid of human animal and fled for their lives. And bee flew away because human animals spilled bees' honey when humans cut down the bees' trees. And platypus, frog and tortoise couldn't enjoy their swims anymore because human animals threw all their rubbish into the river, the creeks and the lakes. And human animal made boxes with motors in them, and they made lots of noise. The motors blew out smoke that choked the animals, the trees, the birds, the reptiles and the insects. Human animal boxes ran all over Mother Earth, and some of the human animals boxes flew high in Father Sky, higher than they'd ever seen the birds, and the human animal boxes filled Father Sky with smoke. See all the smoke there? It's not so pretty anymore. Some of the human animal boxes ran all over the sea and spilled oil and smoke everywhere. And human animal boxes chased whale all over the ocean because human animal wanted to steal whale's oil. And whale was so busy keeping out of human animal's way, he no longer played in ocean's vast waters. Whale just swam for his life. They're the whales. Mangrove leaves turned white and curled up and fell off because human animal covered mangrove spikes with strange sand when human animals filled in mangrove swamps. And seaweed didn't grow very well because the strange sand choked seaweed. And fish had to go far away to find food, so he swam to an island out in the sea where other mango trees grew. And crabs had to leave their home under mangrove. Some crabs went to live with coral, and starfish crept back into the deep, deep part of the sea. Sea hid starfish to protect him, and starfish lived with sea cucumber. An octopus couldn't live in the hole he'd dug because strange sand kept filling it in. So Octopus had to leave and he went to live with the sea cucumber and starfish in the deepest part of the sea. Then one day something happened. Some human animals looked around and saw all the damage human animals had done. The mess made them very worried and sad, so they decided to do something about it. All the worried human animals got together and had a big talk on top of a hill. The worried human animals decided to clean up all the mess that human animals had made. The first thing the worried humans did was put up warning signs. The signs read, "Beware, human animal is the most dangerous animal of all." And the worried human animals put up many warning signs all over Mother Earth. Human animal destroys. Human animal rubbishes. Human animal is thoughtless. Beware, human animal is the most dangerous of all. Human animal pollutes. Human animal maims. And the worried human animals worked hard too. They gathered up all the rubbish they found in the creeks, the rivers and the lakes and wherever else they saw rubbish on Mother Earth. Rubbish was everywhere and it kept worried human animals very, very busy. And the worried human animals all wore badges that read, "Are you a worried human animal? I am." "Are you a worried human animal? I am." "Are you a worried human animal? I am." Look at all the rubbish. And perhaps when many more human animals join the worried human animals and work with them, soon, very soon, perhaps Father Sky, Mother Earth, their children and their children's servants will once again be bright and clean and happy and beautiful and peaceful, just as they were in the beginning. And perhaps human animal will be able to live happily and peacefully with Father Sky and Mother Earth and their children. And perhaps there will be a new beginning. And that's Father Sky, Mother Earth. And if you look there, you can see that's my favourite photo of my auntie, Kath Walker, or when she changed her name to Oodgeroo Noonuccal. I hope you enjoyed the story. Happy Indigenous Book Week and enjoy. Thank you. Bye.